So we are back with another episode of Opinions with Jack. I'm your host Jack, and today I'm finally back with Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
Are you doing good this week?
Yeah, I'm okay this week.
I'm doing better than last week because if you listen to last week's episode, I had COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, now my sister has it, and so does me dad.
Hmm.
And my sister's pregnant, so yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, as I said last week, this week's episode is mother-in-laws. Um, it's the start. It's all. I kind of want to do like the whole in-law side. Like, I want to do an episode now. I'm gonna do an episode eventually on like good mother-in-law stories, but and also I'm gonna do father-in-law stories because I feel like father-in-laws might not might not be as problematic as mother-in-laws, but I'll just have to say. So, are you looking forward to getting into today's episode, Sam?
Yeah, sure.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Well, let's get into it. So, the first uh, mother-in-law thing we have this week is mother-in-law showed up at me house drunk. I'll give a bit of context first. Been with me hubby for 8 years, mother-in-law has always been extremely rude, always causing problems in the family with her ridiculous behaviour, and is ridiculous in an understandment. Like the shit she has done is not even close to okay. Hubby's family is Hispanic, so very family orientated. It's very hard to get it through to my husband's head that just because she's his mother, it doesn't mean that he needs to put up with her behaviour. To the story, what happened to me last night. Dramatic pause. Um, it was 9:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night, and got my son to sleep, and walked out of his room to near my mother-in-law was screaming at hubby downstairs. I want to see I want to see fucking my grandson. Why aren't you fucking answering your phone? I got downstairs and this woman is pissed drunk, like can barely stand, eyes rolling in the back of her head. She walked to our house. She is in walking distance and doesn't drive. So I asked what the fuck is going on and why are you at me house yelling? She starts yelling at me about how we ignore her calls, wonder why, and she wants to see her grandson and her son. Um I told her I told her to get out of my house or I was calling the cops. She proceeded to yell at me some more and our hubby got out of her house. Upon talking to hubby after she left, he told me that he'd forgotten to lock the door and she barged right in. Came upstairs and in, came upstairs from the basement and she was sitting in our living room like she lives here. So basically she broke into our house. For me, this was the final straw. I am so mad that she showed up to my house, let herself in, drunk as hell, being aggressive with my child in the home. What is it? What is he? What if he was awake? Why on earth does she think it's okay to show up drunk to see a child? What if we were all asleep? Why does she think it's okay to call the mother of our? Why does she think it's okay to call the mother of our grandson a bitch? As someone who grew up with both my parents getting drunk frequently, I remember how negatively it affected me as a child, and still to this day. My mum only drinks once in a while now, and my dad has passed away quite a while as well. But my dad has passed away, but quit as well. I'm at the point where I need to be the bad guy and give her consequences for her actions. Our family won't, because she's family. Um, I don't want her around me and my son until she can stop drinking and start respecting me as his mother. I'm fully prepared to uninvite her from his birthday this weekend. I just need help to know if I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I am, but I can't help but feel bad because I just stopped her from saying my son. It would put the whole family in an uproar. For some reason, these people think they could treat her like the matriarch when she's just a crazy drunk bitch and not nice person. thank you in advance. That's what it says. So,
Oh,
what do you think?
oh no, I don't know what to make of this.
Neither do I, to be honest with you. I just think, I don't know. I don't think. Now the thing on it is like asking, am I overreacting? I don't think you are,
What? Why'd you think that?
because like I can understand like what if what if everyone in the house was asleep? What if the child was still awake and saw his nanny in that state? Like no child should have to see that.
Yeah.
Like it's I just I don't think she's overreacting. I think she deserves all those consequences the mother-in-law does.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, no, I mean, basically, what you think, to be honest?
Um right, this is what we'll do. We'll do on the scale of assholeness. Do you think she's an asshole?
Well, for doing that, that's a quite an asshole thing to do.
No, I'm saying is OP the asshole all for doing what she did by blocking the mother-in-law from seeing the child.
Probably not.
No, neither do I. I think what she's doing is she's doing the right thing because again, it's a literal child.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, I'd say no.
This was an easy one to start off with because it's not too infuriating. And I literally got the stories literally 2 minutes before I started filming, um, and I didn't I just judged by the title. I was like, that sounds good. That sounds good. Bang, we have it. But top comment, you're doing the right thing. Keep Second comment, keeping your son safe away from a toxic, abusive, toxic ass is your priority. Other people can choose to turn a blind eye, but you're totally right to cut her off, or anyone with that behaviour from your life. Also, she's broken into your damn house. She's lucky if it wasn't the wrong house and her drunken stupid that she broke into. Some places it's illegal to defend yourself if there's an intruder, and she could have ended herself. Like,
Oh,
yeah. I I don't I don't I don't really know, to be honest.
that's okay.
Yeah. Um but upon this comment caught me eye. Don't ban the person, ban the behaviour. Make your boundary that any active alcoholic will be banned from being around you, and you and LO. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
It
well, remember, this is the internet. They always have to abbreviate everything.
Yeah, and specifically Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
especially with, like, the content that we cover. Everyone's, like, abbreviating everything. Like,
See,
I don't know why they do that.
most of them I can understand. Am I the asshole? When I first started doing this, I was really shocked that it was AITAI and or AT what is it? AITA. Am I the asshole? I was shocked, and I was like, right, I'll just learn to get used to the abbreviations. Like especially the thank you in advance that was abbreviated, so I was kind of like, what?
Yeah, because, like, most, you either, like, don't know what it means, or it's literally, like, it's so unneeded. Like, it's very short. Like, abbreviating is just lazy.
Yeah, I looked it up. LO means little one. So,
Yeah.
being around you and
Just say little one then.
yeah,
Anyways, back to the comment.
it takes having a 6 month sobriety chip before the ban is lifted. Make the same rule for all active alcoholics and make it clear that the hurdle is behaviour, not person. If she gets sober and is still an asshole, make the new boundary over the specific asshole behaviours. Same rule no matter what person breaks that rule.
Okay.
So like I think that's a good idea what that person said to do.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, Sam. But like what I think is that the mother-in-law just sounds toxic.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not think so?
Well, I mean, maybe.
Like, do you do you think that um do you think that what the mother-in-law did was like toxic?
Well, like being drunk in front of a kid. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think this person's an asshole. The mother-in-law, not the OP. Mother-in-law is definitely an asshole.
Hmm?
Mother-in-law is definitely the asshole. OP, I don't know really. So
Okay.
anyway, let's move on to the next story. But before we do that, let's see if we have a sponsor for today. So, mother-in-law, no, in-laws disowned their grandson because of his surname. I gave birth a few months ago to a healthy baby boy, and my husband and I decided that our son would take both surnames, with my surname going first before his. One day, no, not one day, 1 hour after I had given birth, me in-laws just we called me in-laws to tell them the good news and what his name was, and they immediately told us to drop my surname. They said that's not our grandson then. Oh holy shit! This is annoying me. Like, sorry, what? I was lost for words. I endured 12 hours of labour with 2 hours of pushing just to hear them say that. They went on to say if her baby was a girl, then she could hyphenate her surname, but because it's a boy, he must take my husband's surname only. God forbid me baby was a girl. A boy or girl shouldn't matter to as long as they are healthy. Keep in mind, I was still sitting in my hospital bed covered in blood and hadn't even had a chance to shower yet. Following this, they called me parents to force me parents to tell me to drop the surname and to change my son's surname. It became a massive ordeal. My mother-in-law did not check in to see how I was doing until 3 days later. My father-in-law and I had not spoken at all. Eventually, mother-in-law said the surname doesn't matter, so we allowed her to visit. But every time she visits, I'm overwhelmed with emotions. I'm reminded of my birth and that how a special moment with my son was robbed from me. My husband has been amazing through all this. He's prioritised myself and the baby and has limited the visits from mother-in-law. My father-in-law still doesn't accept the surname, so he refuses to visit. I've been dealing with postpartum depression for the last 4 months and I'm struggling to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Am I wrong for feeling like I don't want to see my mother-in-law and father-in-law? I'm trying to do what's best for my sanity as well as trying to keep my husband's interests in mind. And he hopes one day my mother-in-law and father-in-law can have a relationship with our son.
Damn.
That's exactly the reaction. My reaction.
Okay.
What the
Why? What do you have to say about it?
I think what you should do is you should drop those in-laws immediately. Because if they're really that bothered over a surname, imagine how imagine how much imagine how bothered they'd be by something. If they're that bothered over a surname, I, I, I wonder what they're like when it comes to something less, like an appy. That's not what I was trying to say. But you get what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
if that's how bad they react over the surname, I'd love to see how they'd react to something bigger. Like, what if eventually the son ends up coming out as gay eventually? Imagine how the in-laws would react then.
Yeah, it's an uncomfortable thought.
It is. Unlike, this just annoys me, but that's what I signed up for when I decided to do this episode. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
let's read the top comment. There are priorities that trump everything else right now. Your health and well-being of your baby, your health and well-being. Things that damage or cause stress to either of those should not be allowed around you, including your mother-in-law. If you want, you can reconsider allowing them to visit when you are mentally up to it. Until then, she just has to live with the consequences of her actions. And I agree with that.
Oh.
I do. I agree with what she should do. Just don't allow visits until like she's up to like until the mother until she OP is okay and healthy. Don't allow visits.
Yeah.
Like it's a hard one
What do you mean?
because like it's a hard one to comment on because you really have to be in that situation to know what you'd have to do.
That actually goes for a lot of them. Like, this post can only give so much, and the commenters can only give so much.
It is. This comment caught me eye. It seems to be a lot of rejecting their own grandchild through no fault of the child, rejection of you as it at one of the most important times in your and your husband's life. This is a deep well they dug. This is a deep well they dug that shouldn't be rug swept. Their name isn't their choice, and whatever their view, their behaviour is disgusting. They've shown you they aren't good enough for you or your child. What if the child doesn't does so? What if your child does something make what? What if your child does something, makes a choice that they don't like? Will they withhold love, attention, acceptance? They can't be trusted. Exactly what I said. Like, what if the child eventually comes out as gay, or if the or if their son ends up coming out as trans? What if they do something that the grandparents don't accept? That's gonna be hard on the child. That's gonna be hard on the son. Like, that's just toxic.
You're right. You're right though.
Yeah, like, and then the comment goes on to say, perhaps don't make any effort towards them, no invites, no remembering their special days, drop the rope, doesn't have to be another abbreviation. NC. NC.
North Carolina. It's North Carolina.
Is it?
No, it's not. I mean, I just see NC and I think North Carolina, the state, but it's NC.
No
What
contact.
does that actually stand for?
No contact, I just looked it up there.
Oh, okay. So no contact. Got it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be no contact yet if it's too big of a choice at this point. Put no effort on your part. When she wants to come round, well, you can be busy. Limited for time, saying you're not going out of your way to prepare a meal or a cup of tea. Busy. Sorry, you have asshole for in-laws, and I agree with that as well.
Of course, yeah.
That comment has given me it's just basically said everything that I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good feeling, though. You know, someone on the internet feels the exact same way as you do.
It is.
So you feel like validated in a way.
Yeah, like it's everything that I wanted to say but couldn't find the right words.
Yeah. They just articulate it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the word.
Exactly. Another comment caught me eye. What they did was out of line and absolutely awful. You have every right to be angry and to cut them out of your child's life. Your child will not benefit from having them in their life. They make it very clear that their love is conditional. If your child ends up being anything they don't approve of, disabled, neurodivergent, queer, they will drop the kid like a sack of potatoes. Cutting them now could save your kid a lot of heartache. Exactly. Another thing, what if the baby ends up being disabled or ends up having autism or again being gay or boy or trans, anything that they don't approve of? That's gonna cause a lot of heartache for that child.
Yeah, especially from the in-laws.
Well, yeah, it's gonna cause it. I just can't. Some people these days.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I know. What they should do with Reddit is they should put a thing on like some oh wait, I think they do actually.
What?
Put like a not a dictionary, but like all the like abbreviations. like
Yeah, they
have a list of what the abbreviations mean.
they really should.
Yeah, that's like they do have it here. They have it on this one, but
It's like, what about the people who aren't as good as who aren't as good as abbreviations as us? Like, they're just not going to know anything. They're just going to think they're spamming random letters, trying to be funny.
yeah. Um, another comment. You're not wrong at all. You carried and birthed this baby, and they literally said that he's not their grandkid because he has both your names. So you're good enough to have grandkids, but your name isn't good enough. Limit contact when husband's around to entertain them. So if you don't want to interact much, your own baby slip away, but you're completely justified in your fails. You are in a vulnerable state, and they had made it negative about them, which is rude and inconsiderate. Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to find a big red box comment and there's none, and I'm very sad.
Yes, I am proverbially wiping my tears.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, but we'll check to see if we have another sponsor for today. Mother-in-law has not apologised for racist joke. This is marked as a rant, but also advice wanted. So we'll say, my husband, 32, who's white, and I, 27, black female, recently moved in with his parents' house while we wait for our house to be built. Be ready in about 3 months. We are newly married and no kids. When I first met his mum, she said some pretty condescending things, such as asking if my hair was real and laughing when I told her it wasn't. What the fuck? Holy shit, I'm gonna start getting angry.
Oh yeah, well, we're already like way into it.
But
There's only a second paragraph.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's my fault because I decided to do mother-in-laws, but I just wanted to give you good entertainment.
Okay.
I get angry and you get good entertainment. Um, when was I? I brought up this topic. I've not brought up this topic to my husband because, as a black woman, hair discussion is a sensitive topic. Anyway, there's so much is done. I won't dive in. A few days ago, me husband and mother-in-law, me husband and mother-in-law were sitting. Sorry about that. Just got cut off there. Me and me husband and mother-in-law were sitting together, and my husband casually mentioned that he was hoping my neighbours where our house will be built will be open-minded and not racist, as we are an interracial couple. His mum decided to quote, share a joke, saying that her dad asked our black male friend at the dinner table if they washed their hands, and if they said yes, he would be like, but you are still black. She was snickering like it was so funny. She went on to add that her dad and his parents were like that, and you should be with someone because you like them, not skin color. I don't know who she thinks she is trying to explain that to. I was totally at loss of words. Same for my husband. 2 days later, he had a word with her. However, she has not come to apologise. She's just pretending it's fine. I don't know how to be around her anymore, and she's honestly done many things that I think is the final straw. Please do not share. Let's keep it here. Thank you for everyone for insights.
So yeah, ouch.
What the actual fuck? I'm getting pissed off. Because I. But it's my fault, as I said.
It's not your fault.
I mean, yeah, it is my fault because it was my idea to do this episode.
No, the story certainly wasn't your fault.
I know, but it's my fault for wanting to do mother-in-law stories because mother-in-laws, irritate me. Anyway, top comment.
What can you even say about that?
I don't know. I'm at loss for words.
Yeah.
This comment. Wow, this is the top comment. Wow, OP, that was horrible. So sorry. If I heard it, joke like that, me HR training would be showing so fast she'd be choking on those on those Snickers. How's that even funny? Why do you think that joke was appropriate? They ask every woman if their hair is real. Explain. I imagine you do feel uncomfortable. I wish I had words of wisdom and experience to help you in this situation. It's just when confronted with racism in a situation where you don't have a bigger support structure available in the moment, remember to breathe, be aware of your emotions in the moment. Don't give her the pleasure of a reaction. Instead, use your words. You're strong, beautiful, and smart. She is ignorant, small-minded, and frightened. If it were me, this woman doesn't get a free pass to say whatever pops into her head. I'd use me words. And I agree.
Okay.
I so fucking agree. Like, that's it's saying what I want to say. It's helping me say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, next comment. My husband is African American. It is sad that in 2022 racism is still alive and kicking. No apology could fix the glaring truth. She's racist, ignorant, and a bigot. The fact that she invented having a black friend to tell that bullshit story disgusts me. I would talk with your significant other about shutting this shit down hard. If you ever have children, I could just imagine her comments on any beautiful children you have. That would be my hill to die on. Just imagine. P.S. Sending hugs your way. I agree to dropping the rope.
okay.
I want to know what dropping the rope means.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have a look in the little dictionary book. I'm gonna look that up actually. Dropping the rope. What does dropping the rope mean? Dropping the rope mean. Ready. We'll try that. What? It doesn't explain. It's just giving me links to to the subreddit. So, yeah.
Well, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, and it doesn't even tell me here. Wait, is it here somewhere? No. Can't find it. Anyway, I think the mother-in-law is an asshole. She's also racist. Get her out of your life ASAP. I want to make a joke saying ASAP Rocky, but no. Well, I just did. Because when I said ASAP Rocky popped into my head. I don't know why. Do you know who ASAP Rocky is, Sam? Sam?
I've heard of him before.
Yeah. I just made, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Mother-in-law overstepping boundaries and claiming baby. Me wife and I, same sex, early 30s, have been together 12 years, married 1 and have a 4-month-old son. The first few years of our relationship we got along really well with me mother-in-law, 66. She always told me she loved me and she saw me as family. We would get together a lot and even plan trips together. My mother-in-law is extremely religious but, quote, tolerant. So she never really made me feel less than, for example, with my brother-in-law's girlfriends. She would, however, refer to me as her daughter's friend. It didn't really bother me because it doesn't affect me it doesn't affect me what she called me to others, but my wife was extremely bothered by it. She talked to mother-in-law and basically mother-in-law said it doesn't affect us what she calls me, and that was just easier to have to explain to our situation to friends. That's the new thing I'm gonna start doing. Whenever there's like exclamation points, or if I do like air quotes, I'm just gonna say like quote.
Yeah. So that our sweet little viewers know exactly what the post is about.
Yeah. Our listeners, you should say. But anyway, in the past 2 to 3 years, things have gone south. She's let out a different side of her that I hadn't seen before, and I just hadn't noticed. I don't know. Mother-in-law is handicapped and uses that to manipulate those around her into doing what she wants, when she wants, how she wants. It comes down to simple things like scooping her some ice cream because it'll take her twice as long to do it for herself. Everything's always falling to me wife. Even my brother-in-law is there because she doesn't want to bother him with whatever she needs. I notice how much advantage she takes of me wife. When she visits, she expects me wife to help with every little thing, even though she has to take care of our son. When we let her know, when we let her know we plan to get married, she didn't really know when and where and let us know. She wouldn't attend. When we talked about starting a family, she just kept saying we weren't ready. My wife and I worked hard to get where we were, and both financially and emotionally stable to start a family. When we let her know my wife was pregnant, she was visibly disappointed but congratulated us nonetheless. She had no issues with my wife being a stay-at-home mom. See how I knew that abbreviation? I'm
Yeah,
I'm just
that's like so professional.
I know. But like I've been reading loads of mother-in-law stories all week, so I kind of picked it up, I guess. Um, just to get ready for this episode. So fast forward to my son being born. Suddenly she is so excited to be a grandma. Refers to her little one as quote my baby boy, or quote grandma's boy. We set boundaries with her regarding vaccines, masks, and such, which were met with much resistance, but we stood our ground. We let her know she couldn't hold him with a mask on, but she could hold him with a mask on, but no kissing or touching his face, no sharing pics on social media, no Jesus talk. My wife and I aren't religious and plan on letting him explore his own beliefs. Actually, right, off topic, but I think that's a really good way to raise a child.
What is?
Like, to let them explore their own beliefs.
Why'd you think it?
Because, like, if a child is brought up being, like, it being drilled into them, like, for example, like if you believe in, like, God and Jesus and all that, if you, like, if you bring up your child, drilling it into them that God is real, this is this, like, most likely they're gonna grow up believing that and being an arsehole, or other times they'll decide what they want and be like, no, don't want to believe in God, I'm an atheist, and then they'll be disowned by their family because but like I think letting them grow up with like exploring their own beliefs, yeah, that's
you're right.
It is. Anyway, back to back to the stories. First thing she does when we hand them to her, sing religious songs. Says she can't wait to take him to Sunday school and whatnot. We figured whatever. It's our first time meeting him. My wife was recovering from a C-section, so we didn't want to get into an argument. A couple of weeks later, we're at our house, helping her set up our new TV. She's holding a little one, and she kisses his face through the mask and says, "Oops, I kissed him. Sorry, couldn't help it," in a sing-song voice. We were pissed and took him from her, finished setting up the TV and left. Wife gave her an earful and mother-in-law said that it wouldn't happen again. On Mother's Day, she came over for a brunch, and guess what's the first thing she does? Lowers her mask and kisses him, basically on the lips. At this point, I'm done with her shit. I get up, take him, and ask her to leave. I can't help be bothered by hearing her refer to him as quote my baby when my wife and I are the ones that planned and actually wanted him. I can't help but remember my disappointed face when we gave our news. I can't help being so angry with her overstepping our boundaries. He is my baby, not hers. I can't stand to see him I can't stand to see her hold him and bond with him. I struggled with bonding due to not having a biological connection, but I've worked through that. But I don't know if I'm being unreasonable. I just needed to get this out. So, what you think of that?
Yeah, well, that mother-in-law is very invasive, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like always kissing the baby, like I don't know.
And being told specifically, no kissing the baby. Like, no, don't do that. Like, respect boundaries, and because you're just gonna end up not getting a relationship with your son, with your grandson.
Yeah,
Like, it's annoying sometimes, and they just it. Mother-in-law's annoying me on Reddit. Like,
yeah. Imagine what real life mother-in-laws would be like.
oh yeah, trust me, I can imagine.
Mother-in-law. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but there's an edit here on the story. Uh, I'm just waiting because I'm after just giving an award to this because I got a free award off Reddit. I'm just giving the award. Here we go. It's been given. Because there's no awards on it, so I'm like, yeah. Anyway, the edit is, wow, I really didn't expect this post to get much attention. I posted thinking people would tell me I was overreacting. I can't possibly respond to everyone, but thank you all so much for your thoughts and advice. My wife and I need to have a talk about how to handle her going forward.
She is not overreacting at all. Like she
She's
was telling the man, not to start kissing the baby, and she went off and did it.
she's not overreacting. She's telling our mother-in-law not to do something, and our mother-in-law is deliberately like trying to like our mother that they were given the mother-in-law was given specific rules and completely broke them. Like, no kissing, no talking about Jesus. She like, but then also trying to excuse it, being like, oops, I just kissed him. I couldn't help it, and I'm like, seriously. Like, you are literally told, don't. Like, oh, I don't know. Um, Top comment. I've been thinking about you in the light of the recent Supreme Court decision, and I wonder what its roadmap to destroying gay rights in the country. If your mother-in-law believes that the state really will give her this baby to raise. What? Like, that's the fucked up thing about America. Is America is trying to get rid of gay marriage and stuff. Like, Sam, you know what thing annoys me about like America and stuff? This is just I'm going on a tangent. No, you know what really annoys me about like America and stuff?
What is it?
Like it's the whole thing that the way they overturned Roe versus Wade.
Was that like abortion?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna explain a little bit just for people listening and just to explain it to you, Sam. Roe versus Wade is a law that protects women for having a safe abortion. So basically abortion in general is getting railed. It's they overturned it, so now it's up to the actual it's up to the individual states to decide whether they want to ban abortion or to keep abortion legal. So like some states might not ban it. So like, but like, you know what else they have to do? Like the way years ago in Ireland, if a person got pregnant and they wanted to have an abortion, they had to go over to England.
Yeah.
That's basically what's gonna have to happen in America. Like, women are gonna have to go to Canada, but before you go, you have to get checked by an OBGYN to make sure that you're pregnant, that you, like, so they have like a positive pregnancy test, and if you come back and you're not pregnant anymore, you can get prosecuted.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you can get like, that's just horrible. They're also trying to get rid of gay
Yeah.
marriage. It
They're just going backwards in every department, aren't they?
I know they're also, now this is the thing that doesn't make sense. This the two things that don't make sense. They're trying to ban birth control, so condoms and like the pill is gonna be illegal now. They're also trying to ban oral and anal sex.
How the hell are they gonna do that?
I know. I'm like, are they gonna put?
How are they gonna police every single you know what?
I know. Are they gonna put cameras in their bedrooms?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know. Like it's stupid. But also, one of the justices said, your body, my choice. Like what?
That's basically what it is.
I know, but he also, like, that everyone is leaking the Supreme Court justices' addresses and credit card details.
Oh,
But that's basically him saying that. It's basically like saying, "Oh, your body, my choice." That's basically saying that can be taken in any context. That could be like, "Oh
I
yeah,
know.
it's your body. I have a gun, so it's my choice to choose my gun on you. Bang, you're dead." But it's
Yeah,
also it's stupid how um, um a woman's body is more regulated than a poxy gun.
yeah.
And there was a politician in America that literally said, we will make sure that fetuses feel as safe in the womb as they do in the classroom. Bad choice of words.
Yeah.
Like, in the classroom, skill shootings. That's so. That is a bad choice of words. But America is just going backwards. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, America. No, America is just so stupid. Like, it really is going backwards.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Anyway, let's go back to reading comments. Um, the next comment. Obviously, our son will never be alone with his grandmother, but is she still going to be holding him in front of you? If so, first meeting she kisses through the mask. Second meeting she takes off her mask and kisses him. How far is it going to go before he has to make her stop? He is your baby, period. No church, no religion. If mother-in-law won't abide, she gets no time with him. As for everyone doing everything for her, you can't control that. Ignore it. Help the person doing everything for her. There are options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's one more comment. I don't understand why this thing is mother. I don't understand why this is a thing with mother-in-laws. My mother-in-law always called me kids her quote baby girl or quote my baby boy, etc. I hated it too. I don't get why they think that they're kids. I'm surprised you have put up with her for this long and have done an excellent job with boundaries and why she has to break them, sending her away.
Damn. Yeah.
I know. Anyway, let's move
All
on.
right. Yeah.
Let's move on. Mother-in-law called us nasty for not circumcising our son. When my husband and I found out we were having a boy, we said we would 100% circumcise him. Well, we did research and decided against it, even though my husband is circumcised. When my sister-in-law and brother-in-law met my son, first thing they asked was how the circumcision went, and we told them we decided against it. They didn't say anything, but they made a face of disgust to each other and walked away. Almost 6 months later, my mother-in-law called me and told me she couldn't hold it in anymore, but we are disgusting and unclean for not circumcising him. My husband told her he wishes she didn't do that to him and that we were doing what's best for our son. She said he would constantly get infections. Our dad hates that he's not circumcised and everyone finds our choice bothersome. My husband simply said, my child's genitals is no one's business and we will explain to him how we wash our parts when the time comes, just like my wife would explain to our daughter how to do so. I think we're going to keep our decision for a while because this is absurd and hung up. He's so proud because he could never stick up to his mom until now. Yes, that's such a good move. Like, what a thing to say. I love the fact that he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a fairly short one. What would you make of that?
I think the mother-in-law. I think it's really weird that people are gossiping about like a child's like a child's privates.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why? Like, what's it to you if you're if a child's circumcised or not? That's like it's a bit weird. Like being concerned over that.
Yeah, like they think it's like their problem or something.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking. It's weird. Uh, Top comment. I'm the mother of 3 boys in the US, and I'm always floored that people are asking about children's genitalia. No one ever asked me if my children were going to be / were circumcised except medical professionals. What in the world makes people think they have a right to know or have an opinion about the genitalia of babies? Yeah, like.
Exactly.
Someone also goes, yes, well done for not committing genital mutilation on your child. In the UK, the majority of men are not circumcised and having problems as a result of not being so is isn't just not a thing. It's super weird over here that Americans deform the genitals of their child they're born with. That's true. Like, oh, I need to sneeze. Oh cool. Come on. I'm gonna. It's on the tip of my nose.
What?
Anyway, this next comment. Right, I've only been aware of 2 guys. I know who are born that were circumcised. One decided to pay for it when he was 18 because he thought it looked nicer, and the other had to get it when he was 15 because the foreskin was too tight, and it was kind of a last resort kind of thing. Not aware of anyone having it done as a baby for aesthetic / quote health reasons. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think?
I don't really know what to make of this whole thing. Like, apart from the obvious stop talking about little kids sack like that.
I know that's really weird.
Well, I mean, not the other part, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like that'd be like talking about a fucking like I don't even know. I don't know. Even I think I don't know. You know, it's really itchy. But
Especially when it's not your own goddamn kid.
I know. I know. But like it's weird. It's just weird. Like
Yeah. This whole story is just weird.
it is. This other comment. Women's genitals are rather more complicated than men's. Does mother-in-law favour female circumcision, or is it just men who want to have their genitals needlessly altered in the whole rise? I know male circumcision can be a fake thing, and that and that's a fate thing. But in some fate, female circumcision is also a thing. It's also called female genital mutilation, and in many countries, female genital mutilation is illegal. Oh, but that was an acronym, and I actually noticed it. Good on me.
Female circumcision. How would that work?
I don't.
Actually, no, never mind. Forget I asked. I don't want to know.
I'm kind of intrigued.
Sorry?
Kind of intrigued. I didn't know that was a thing. Open up incognito mode. Let me see.
Don't go on the images, okay?
Right. It's kind of. I clicked on the images by accident.
Oh
Traumatized.
no! I told you not to go on images.
Traumatized. So it's the best way to explain it. It's basically cutting off all the outside of the female genitals. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just getting over the story because this is very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Son wet the bed. Mother-in-law went into a rage. Oh no, is this an up? Oh, this is an update, I think. Where's the original post?
If there's no paragraphs.
Oh, that's
Oh,
just the
update's just before it. Yeah.
Yeah. My sons are 7 and under, and my husband is still fully supportive and left immediately with me. My in-laws communicated a few times, both asking for payment for things like a new mattress and not to compensate them for the flight. They will no longer be taken to return my son after his visit. No regret of how things went down, just more blame and shame being placed on me. Things I could have done differently to prevent this, and the audacity to ask when the visit was rescheduled. I do not give permission for this to be posted elsewhere. We recently travelled. We recently travelled to me in-laws' house where my son wet the bed. I was sleeping and noticed it around 5:30 a.m. I woke my son up and got changed, moved him into the couch, and told my husband, who was sleeping in another part of the house, and stripped the dirty linens from the bed, not wanting to awaken the whole house. I joined my son on the couch until everyone else woke up. Once everyone was awake, I went upstairs to get dressed. My luggage was in another room. I said good morning to my mother-in-law. However, I didn't mention the bedwetting incident because my husband was downstairs and I assumed he was cleaning the mattress, and I was in my nightgown. Also, my son was quite embarrassed and asked me not to tell anyone, so I thought I would tell her after he was out of earshot. A few minutes later, I hear screaming from the basement from my mother-in-law. She is screaming at the top of her lungs. I am so mad, quote, I am so mad at her. I rush downstairs and I'm angrily confronted. She is in a rage. Why I didn't tell her about the accident. Why I didn't put my son on another bed. This is our favourite mattress and it is ruined. I apologise several times. My son hasn't had an accident in quite some time. She continues to scream at the top of her lungs. At one point, she had backed me into a corner and she may have grabbed my shoulder. I say may have, as this incident happened so quickly and my adrenaline was pumping. My father-in-law and husband tried to calm her down, to no avail. My children went and hid under a bed. At this point, I do not feel comfortable or safe to stay down here, so I started to pack our things. She continues to scream. She tried to grab my older son and drag him back into her house, and I told her to let him go and put him in my car. We drove away. My son, not the one who wet the bed, the one who was supposed to be staying behind for 10 days to spend some quality time with them, was there, and there was no way I could leave him there as she was emotionally unstable. Previously, I felt I had a good relationship with my in-laws. I texted her pictures, stories about our lives regularly. She's always been somewhat emotional, but never seemed like this. I am devastated for my son. He was really looking forward to spending time with them. My younger son was mortified. I don't know what to expect going forward. We live 1,000 miles away, so we only see them around twice a year. My husband is close to his parents. I don't want to come between them. My husband agrees this behaviour was completely out of line.
Yeah, it was.
It definitely was. Like,
Uh, yeah,
um, what were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, like this top comment: if people just bought zippered waterproof mattress protectors, they wouldn't even have to consider flipping the fuck out on a child. Not the lack of consideration for preparation for accidents is a good excuse to flip the fuck out on a child. Why, after hundreds of years, do we still think it's a good idea to have humans sleeping on something that is both too absorbent and too large to wash? Have these people ever met a human? Do they know that stuff comes out? That stuff Do you know that stuff comes out of us just like a different liquid from every hole? There was something those liquids come unexpectedly. Don't let juice or pay round the mouth. Mattress or relationship. Mattress covers people. High quality zippered mattress covers.
I thought that for a moment, I just thought this person really hated mattresses.
Sam,
But yeah,
like, I know. The second comment, that's horrendous. Your poor son was embarrassed enough and now he will just be plain terrified of her. It's just plain abusive. You did the right thing by removing yourself from the situation. I'd go instant no contact. And so would I, to be honest.
yeah, that's really well said.
Because why, like, there's no, like, a normal grandmother would be like, ah, no, don't worry about the mattress, it's only a mattress, I can get another one, it's grand, don't be worrying about it, don't be worrying. But no, not this grandmother. She goes, are you fucking serious letting him piss the bed? Why didn't you tell anyone? Like, shut the fuck up, Betty.
Betty.
I know, but like, seriously. um the next comment, the only way possible past this, in my opinion, is if mother-in-law called slash FaceTimes you and humbly apologised. Then if you feel her apology was real, she must apologise to both children. Then you and dear husband have to decide whether it's safe for your children to be alone with her, even with father-in-law there. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
there's a load of like long written comments here, like big paragraphs. Is that no? I thought that was a big red box comment. It's not. This comment caught me eye. Um, they replied to the comment, I don't want to come, but I don't want to. They replied to the part, I don't want to come between them, saying how he come between them. She is the one who acted unhinged and scared the crowd out of you and his children. If anything should be beyond ticked off at the behaviour, it's what came between them. No more contact until she treated for whatever reason. She went off like this. Accidents happened, damage was done. Waking her up earlier wouldn't have solved anything. And if that's screaming at you like that for uncalled for, she can ask you to reimburse her, and that's it. It's fine and upset a bit. It's fine to be upset about the bed, but she could have fitted our beds with waterproof mattress pads. Anyone can have an accident. If it's that important to her that she would flip out like that, she had taken precautions. And again, for her screaming at you like that, it was not okay. I think significant other needs to send that money for a new mattress and money to get waterproof mattress pads for our bed, and tell her and father-in-law that many lines were crossed and cannot be overlooked until she gets help and she can know better speaking to him or his family unit. She had no business acting like that and scaring his kids and significant other. And the kids will be coming over for a visit for a long while, assuming she gets help, and she will have never have unsupervised visits. Period. If things are more important than her to stop scaring her kids with screaming at their mother. Also, kids break things and have accidents. What if the next time significant other or he isn't around to take the brunt of a horse screaming? It was bad enough when it was directed at significant other, but what happens when it's just the kids? His trust has been broken. She needs to show that she cares by getting help. A reaction was not reasonable at all.
yeah.
I know. Like, I don't know. Um, Anyway, I just think that mother-in-law's an arsehole. I said it.
Absolutely.
I know. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. But before we do that, let's see if we have a sponsor for today. Vaccinated infant mother-in-law now can't be alone with me. My mother-in-law has been deliberate a habit/tactic of saying absolutely ridiculous things to me when no one else is around. Until last week, I won't have anyone breaking up my family was in the number one spot. I didn't think it could get worse until that of our COVID conspiracies until the vaccine for 6 months plus. That was made. Hold on, I'm fixing my mic. Here we go, it's fixed. Was made available. This started a campaign against the vaccine for babies by my mother-in-law. Phone calls, emails, etc. She only sends studies and emails to my brother-in-law and their husband, not to their wives. I was out over at mother-in-law's house alone to pick something up. Mother-in-law asked me if I was going to vaccinate little one, and I said, yeah, we're going to talk to his paediatrician. Thinking this would be sufficient. Oh no, mother-in-law started on me, telling me not to do it. All the studies are falsified, kids disappeared, kids are maimed, Pfizer is covering up, etc. The usual. Then she started saying her background, her BA, what? Another abbreviation.
Yeah. Remember, this is Reddit. Everything's got to be acronymized.
I know. Bachelor of Arts, that's what it is. A Bachelor of Arts in Maths 1978 or something, and how smart she is, and how she knows studies, how controlling her parents were, how she didn't leave the Midwest until she married my father-in-law, and how she became the youngest project manager of an investment firm on Wall Street before she quit to become a stay-at-home mother. I ran out of the house and stay-at-home mom. I ran out of the house politely as possible and called my dear husband on the way home, and I was so upset /rattled etc. The following weekend, dear husband took mother-in-law aside and said to her, quote, "You scared biscuit." She felt threatened by it. You can't talk to her about COVID anymore, and if you continue, you will not see little one anymore. You both have to stop acting inappropriately around biscuit. He also had to add my father-in-law into the mix because my father-in-law decided last summer it would be appropriate to tell me that he was 12 when he had his first orgasm. Why would you tell your Why would you tell your daughter-in-law that? Little weirdo. Fucking freak.
Yeah.
Dear husband never stood up to them or told them to what effect ever. Mother-in-law said she, quote, threatening was never used an adjective to use to describe her. Well, of course she's not. She's a viper. She knows when to let the mask drop and when to keep it firmly on. She all agreed to this. 2 days ago we went. Oh, I'm gonna start clicking off accident. 2 days ago we went home for the 4th of July, which seemed to be enough, warm outside, etc. Dear husband and father-in-law were outside grilling. I was in the kitchen with mother-in-law, and when she... Oh, this is a long one. Let's get comfortable. Asked me if my parents had conversations with me as a baby. I was in the kitchen with mother-in-law when she asked me if my parents had conversations with me as a baby. Quote, yes, my mother read Jane Austen to me. Conversations, did they ever mention how they spoke to you as a baby? They said they spoke to me like an adult. A lot of what they said probably went right over you then. This is a woman who continuously brags that she never used to baby talk with her precious sons. I offhandedly / probably antagonistically, I think, mentioned that little one was going...
Antagonistically,
yeah, that's the right word to say. Was going for a 6-month checkup yesterday, and her face tightened until she couldn't stand it anymore and said it to me, dear husband. Can I speak to you alone, please? Right in front of me face. It wasn't even discreet. Dear husband should have told her to get to get bent, but he hates confrontation. So my dear husband went off upstairs to get the "Don't vaccinate the baby" speech again. I was sitting in the living room debating getting in the car and driving away with a little one. I wish I had. I wish I had. Father-in-law made some cracks about me having Williams syndrome, claiming me aunt said that I didn't talk until I was about 3. Both my parents are recently deceased, and as I was hurt, so I cried. My aunt never said such a thing. My father-in-law thought it was funny. Sicko. Yesterday morning, mother-in-law called me not once but twice before 9 a.m. to plead for us not to vaccinate little one. Surprise, we did, and he's fine. She said to dear husband, "You're the daddy," implying that you could stop me, evil mummy, from conspiring with the paediatrician, and big pharma from poisoning. Hello. Holy shit. What's Williams syndrome? Oh. Oh, that's horrible. Anyway, the end result from last week is that one, mother-in-law is not allowed to be with me with me alone with me in any circumstances. 2, I'm not obliged to attend any social occasions with me in-laws for a very long time unless I want to do some mental health. My mother's funeral delayed by COVID, and little one's baptism are this fall, and don't have to exclusively content with mother-in-laws with me family and chosen family present. Dear husband made these decisions because I didn't think they were an option, because I'm such a people pleaser. I wanted to be a good daughter-in-law. I'm done. I'm not obliged to be a good daughter-in-law to today's abusive, manipulative clowns, and little one is going to have a very limited exposure to them. It's the one area I'm forced to compromise on with dear husband, but I've been assured by friends in similar situations that kids usually figure out for themselves and react accordingly. Holy shit, that was a long one.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Well, I think this is the first story where both the mother-in-law and the father-in-law are a pair of sickos.
Exactly. Especially the father-in-law. Like, why would you tell your daughter-in-law that when you had your first orgasm? Like, what? Like, why does anyone want to know that? Weirdos, that's how. But, like, I think that's just both. Yeah, you're right. Both mother-in-law and father-in-law are sickos. Like, it is difficult to, like. Well, I don't know. Let's just read. Top comment. Yeah, me in-laws and brother too have dived headfirst into a ridiculous politicization of vaccines. People who aren't vaccinated don't get to see me kids. Period. Shocked Pikachu face. It's nothing to do with her. It's your child. It's your decision.
Yeah, exactly.
This next comment. The vaccines are very safe, and if your paediatrician recommended it for your child, then you did right, especially since if parents aren't vaccinated, you're protecting your child. Nothing more honourable and commendable than that. Also, go hubby, I'm happy you defended you. Your in-laws sound miserable to be around. I would not put up with this. LCA, another abbreviation. Low contact is the right decision. I think you'll feel less stressed very soon because of your decision. And then OP replies, "Thank you, darling. What a lovely comment. Thank you." OP is actually very active in replying to this. There's another comment. She needs to be on an info diet. I wouldn't even tell her when little one says doctors to anything like that, because it seems to be a trigger that sets off bad behaviour in your in-laws. They just start talking crazy, saying hurtful stuff, etc. The second they become aware where your little one is going for a checkup, the solution is not to tell them. Info diet them to heck. And then OP replies, "I've never heard of it being called an info diet. I don't know where I developed this habit of telling people things, like it makes me more likeable or something. But yes, she needs to be on an info diet. Realising that my eagerness to seem likeable is making me vulnerable and also look daft. Dear husband told her today that now low contact No, that no little one did not receive the vaccine. I would have said it to her face, but I can't see where it's coming from too. Anyway, yes, that's perfect. I'm putting them on an extended permanent info diet. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the mother-in-law and the father-in-law are both arseholes and both sickos.
Yeah.
So, anyway, especially the father-in-law, because, like, why would he... Oh, anyway, I'm going to be thinking about that all night. That's to make me feel sick. Anyway, moving
Yeah, you're
on.
gonna lose all your sleep.
Yeah, moving on. So, right, I have 3 stories left. Do you want... How do I drop the rope? Mother-in-law or mother-in-law slash sister-in-law drama? Which one do you want to go for first?
Drop the rope, because I want to know what dropping the rope means.
Sam. Well, this is a short one. So, yeah. So, anyway, we're going to pick that one. How do I drop the rope? Yeah, I don't know, but we're going to read it out anyway. This is advice wanted. If you've seen me last post, I'm at the end with me. Oh, wait. I can't. I have to find her last post. And I'll just ask her. I'll just keep reading. My husband received a text last night at 11 p.m. saying, "Oh, I just thought of something. If you guys want to come for the weekend, don't hesitate." She sent this after not responding to the messages. He told her he wouldn't be leaving me to go to work in the city and live with her. I feel that she tries to have her way. When she doesn't, she will then include me. Stop calling me, and say that says that she will call but never talks to me. Thank God. Now that we live closer, I don't want the expectation as him for visiting, etc. I told him I won't be staying at her place ever again, and if she ever comes over, it will be limited. I will also not be alone with her anymore, and I am not to talk to anything related to with me and dear husband without him there. I've already pulled out a lot. I barely talk. I don't reach out. The thing is, if I stop responding to her altogether, I refuse to go to her place, etc. How do I know that she's stopped? How do I know if it's doing something she doesn't know, or she thinks she did anything wrong? I don't wish to rock the boat. All I just want to do is stop. My husband has me back and understands that if I want a relationship with her, I even said about this way, I won't be going to see her at all, and she won't be coming over. One thing I just did wrong, as if I was to let dear husband confront her when he wanted to. I stopped him inside because I didn't want to conflict things between the two. Now I want to drop the rope, but I don't know how to, because the last thing I want to do was reach out and explain it to our ignorant ass.
Okay.
That didn't explain what dropping the rope means at all.
Yeah. Maybe there's like missing context or something, but oh well.
Drop the rope. Meaning ready. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway. So what do you think about that one, Sam?
I honestly not really sure.
Sam, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah. Ah, well.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next story because there's not that many comments on this post.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Right, now the title of this one is just called Mother-in-Law, but like we're just gonna read it anyway. So
you sent me the last story again.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
2 seconds. We're gonna pause. Right, so I sent Sam the story now. So I'm an arm's length person, and due to me upbringing, it was rough, and I've managed and adapted quite well. But your childhood shaped you. I like me space a long time, and it feels like I can trust someone. It's easier for me to end all contact. My mother-in-law hasn't really understood this or respected it for the 9 years she's been in my life. My husband comes from a family that's super close. His mom has 3 sons. Wait, what? I'm have to lose me, please. Has 3 sons. I'm have to lose it. 3 sons, no daughter. She hung them out in the eyes of her sons, and it's clear that she's used to babying them and getting her way. she had a conversation with me at some point when I was going through nursing school. We were just dating and expressed that she was concerned I didn't come to every single family gathering, every single birthday, every single holiday, and her concern was that our son and I get married. When is that? Should our son and I get married, it would be only him and the kids coming around when we weren't even engaged. We had only been dating 2 years. To this day, that conversation bothers me because I feel like it was so inappropriate. She was sure that it would, she was sure to have it when my now husband was not around. My husband and I had our first child last year. Before the child was born, we discussed me working 2 shifts a week, my mother-in-law have the baby 1 day a week, my legal guardians who became like parents would have the other day. However, at 8 weeks postpartum, my husband and I decided that it would be just the way best I stay at home with the baby. My legal guardians were thrilled and supportive. My mother-in-law proceeded to have a conversation with me, and that essentially questioned when the next baby was going to come, since I was staying home and good luck getting back my job if I decide that's not for me. And she'll have to see what my other daughter-in-laws were doing, as she thought she's going to have to do. She's going to have a baby in her house. When I followed up conversations with her a few weeks later to express my disappointment in her not being supportive of me nor our grandchild, she told me I'm not to lose my place. She told me she was just disappointed. Quote, she was just disappointed. No apology. I found out that she called me sister-in-law with her mother present directly after the conversation and made comments like her decision made me cry, and quote, I don't know how they can financially do it. Fast forward to 4 months of age, she watches the baby while I go to class for my licence. She had watched him multiple times prior. In less than 6.5 hours, she gave baby 19 ounces of breast milk. When I expressed her that it was quite a lot for him, she said, quote, he was fine and, quote, we obviously needed it. She proceeded to call me the next day and insist that I should consider pumping me breast milk instead of latching it, as he could not be getting enough milk. She couldn't just own it. She had not watched my baby since then. This was February. The sister-in-laws and I have babies now. We all feel that we all feel like she wishes that their children were hers. One in particular tells me weekly that she just blatantly doesn't listen to what she's been asked to do, or nor does the mother say she quote, just forgot. I've backed away from her tremendously. I don't go out of my way to see her with me baby by myself. My husband goes with my baby to see her when he decides he just wants to go see her. I do not make plans for him because I am not his mother. It's just ironic because his concerns when we were dating have come true because of her inability to at least try and understand / respect me as a person. I still go on holidays, but I don't partake in random weekend visits. Obviously, I hoped we would be in a better relationship, but once I had the baby, I stopped putting up with her shit. I do believe I'm her least favourite daughter-in-law because I have backed off so much since she hadn't had a conversation with me about it, nor do I intend to bring it up. But her since she hasn't made much effort to see me point. I do my best to never come between my husband and his mother, but thankful he does not respect that, and I need to back away from my own mental well-being. Thoughts. I've actually discussed this all in therapy, and it was therapeutic to let it all out in writing too. Jesus, that was a long one.
Yeah. So, what do you make of that? What do you make of that?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I feel like she's just, the mother-in-law is trying to control everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like
She's like jealous that she doesn't have a kid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she just. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Also, I think I'm just tired because we were like filming ages and we're coming toward the end of it.
Yeah, just like one more.
Sam's mic just cut off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming.
That'll happen.
Yeah, we're coming to the last story. So I'm just not gonna really go into detail about that one because I do want to get this next story done because I'm tired and I need to edit and upload this to both.
Yeah.
I need to up. I'm also starting to post these on YouTube, so I also need to upload it to YouTube form.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to the next one. But before we do that, let's see if we have a sponsor for today. So this is the last one that we have for today. So here it is. Mother-in-law / sister-in-law drama. Hi. Looking for an outside view and thoughts on what to do next. I've been married for 17 years and had 4 arguments with me in-laws, and every time it happens I feel like I'm treated like trash and have to continue to coexist with them. Hold on, no breath, 'cause I ran up the stairs. Argument 1. Getting married, did the wedding for him. His mom chose bridal party, people to invite, etc. Didn't want the wedding as I'm estranged from most of my family, but they wanted one while his grandma was alive to say. Setting up the seating chart, and his sister demands our best friend be at the bridal table, which I didn't want because as I didn't know her and wanted the bridal party to be seated together. I was yelled at and they ended up all cancelling the bachelorette party. Wedding went on and forgotten. 2. 6 months after the wedding, his mom asked for 20 grand to start the business. We only had 10 grand to our names. Well, I mean, only 10 grand? Only? I'd love to have 10
Like-
grand.
Their entire life.
I'd love to have a fiver to me name. I don't even have a fiver. I have 1 cent.
I have, 0.5%.
Yeah,
This inflation, man.
Yeah. Anyway, but he had a credit card with the line of credit. We let her use the card, but she agreed to pay $500 back a month. Almost 6 months down the line, she's making minimum wage payments. We were living in the basement and giving her rent of $500 plus bills. She wouldn't even put the money we were giving her onto the card. But she was mad because I told him to ask her to pay and stop be a lying bitch about planning on paying. She proceeded to tell me he shouldn't have married me and this is why I have no family, and slapped me. I slapped her back and we moved on to the next weekend. I didn't speak to her for 5 years until I had a miscarriage, and he keep requested we invite her over when we purchase a new home. 3. In 2017 she watched our kids and her daughter. She was watching our kids and her daughter had surgery. We came to pick the kids up and I was cleaning up the room after the kids, and she didn't have to, and our daughter was saying why we didn't take the kids home because our mom needed to take the daughter home. I took me kids and my husband, let's go, and I was told I didn't understand what they meant, that her daughter was tired and was being so ungrateful and rude. He wasn't even allowed to speak at his sister's wedding, and we were seated with his cousins, not the immediate family. Our daughter then had a cancer scare at 2 years old, and his sister decided to visit a friend's baby for Halloween instead of supporting her brother through her first surgery. This led to about 3 years of not speaking, as we couldn't understand why we didn't understand this since we didn't know if our daughter would make it, and his sister had no care. For me, with COVID, my husband and family got closer with his mom and sister. His mom has watched our kids on Tuesdays and Wednesdays since our oldest was born 10 years at her request. His parents are separated, so we will always make sure Mondays and Tuesdays were free for her. His sister recently had a baby 3 months ago, and his mom randomly stopped showing up on this day. I showed up and left after 30 minutes. My daughter, now 5, would cry and ask why is grandma leaving, and then why she'd be back for hours, since she feels that grandma doesn't love her but only the new baby. I talked to his mom and about players trying to give her some time without leaving until she adjusts a little, not to come on the day. She knows her daughter needs help, so my 5-year-old doesn't get upset since about when leaving her. 3 weeks 3 weeks after this convo, my mother-in-law shows up to school, says hi to my daughter, give her a candy bar and tell her she needs to go help her aunt. I tell her fine ahead of, followed with the response of, I knew you'd react this way. This triggered into an argument because she disrespected what I asked her to do, and while she continued to harm my daughter, not having to watch her cry about grandma leaving, I feel since me daughter-in-law since I'm the daughter-in-law, my kids are now pushed to the side, even though for the last 10 years I've had to make Mondays and Tuesdays her days. Since the argument, mom and sister's family haven't spoke to me in 4 weeks. Finally to the question. I feel disregarded and trashed every time I am cut off and then have to go back without an apology and be a yes man to the family. As long as I don't have to a disagreement with them, it's fine. But when I do, I'm tossed aside. It's just healthy to keep my family in because they are blood.
Okay.
What do you think,
I don't really know what to make of that. I mean,
Sam?
it's just kind of like a lot.
Sam,
Like, it's a lot of different things.
I know. Like, I genuinely don't know. I think drop the rope. Get rid of her. Like, make sure, like, just don't have any contact with her because the mother-in-law sounds like a bitch. No,
Yeah.
excuse the French, but she sounds like a cunt.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yes. Anyway, I'm not going more into it because I'm wrecked and I just want to get off. But we've been going for an hour and 25 minutes. So that is all we have for you today. I hope you enjoy. Did you enjoy, Sam?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
So did I. I enjoyed it as well. It's good being back properly now
Yeah.
and having like longer episodes. We've had a few bumps in the road the past few weeks, but everything's grand now. Sam, I know I ask you this every episode, but do you want your socials linked down below?
No.
Right. Well, all my socials are linked down below. The YouTube is also linked down below. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, hey, you can't see me because I'm not recording video. But, yeah, thanks for watching and listening. Share with your friends. And, yeah, if we have sponsors today, thanks to all the sponsors. If we don't have any. But that's all I have for you guys today. And I will see you all next week. Bye.